actually... Can you say it again? Loudly?
That's different sounds than what I'm used to hearing from your game.
So, the reason my wife says that is because that bow is annoying as hell. So, welcome to my ranking of the best weapons to use for the Summon Amazon. Coming in at number 6, we are going to have the Wrath Bow, because as you can hear, it's annoying as hell. It's a great bow. You only need a burr rune. Well, that's only a burr rune. It's pretty expensive. It works really well with the Summonzon or Strafezon, whatever you want. The damage is great, but my god, listen to this abhorrent fucking noise in your ears. Whoa. It's like a hurricane trying to rip my eardrum off. Alright. And at number 5, I'm actually going to put in the Gut Siphon. This bow... Hang on, let me turn the sound down now that I don't have to do the... There we go. This bow doesn't get a lot of love, and I'm not really sure why. It is a great budget option. First of all, I have, we'll go over all the gear in a second. But, you know, I put 3 ohms in this. It has some crushing below corruption on it. This is an expensive version of it, but, you know, you can get a 5-socket demon gut siphon for an rune right now. I just checked the trade site. There's one up there. So if you were to fill this with, you know, 40 ED jewels, you can get those for a couple Worldstone shards apiece. So this is still a great option if you're low on runes. And as you can see, it does actually more base strafe damage than the Demon Machine. It's a really, really good bow, and you should use it. The Desecrate on it doesn't do too much, but hey, it's extra damage. Why would you not take that? The poison damage at level 36 is nothing to scoff at. I think it's like 300-400 over a couple seconds, or, well, 1 second. And we'll go from there. Mercenary died. All right, let's go to the next weapon, though. All right, and at number 4, we're going to bring in a straight Bariza. Now, this one's been corrupted with ED and Deadly Strike and has 4 sockets and some ohms. But again, if you want to look on the trade site, you can find these for mal, you know, a couple sockets here and there, and fill it with the 40 ED jewels instead of the ohms for a couple Worldstone shards. Bariza's not a bad option. I mean, honestly, the the extra pierce you're going to get anyway, but hey, it's a budget option. It freezes target. It is very safe. It's very cheap, and I think it's just a little bit better than the Gut Siphon and, well, the ear-shattering deafness of the Wrath Bow. The problem is, well, it's just kind of average. As you can see, it's a little bit safer because everything does get frozen, but, you know, it's just there. So it gets a nice little average spot here. All right, and coming in at number 3 is going to be Wind Force. Wind Force is not a popular option for Strafezon, and I don't know why. It's just raw damage. It works out really, really well. And there's nothing really to say about it. It's a Wind Force. If you've used multi-shot and you don't like it, well, you can just put on Wind Force, and as you can see, it shreds through things just fine. Now, the other problem I guess people have with Wind Force is, finish off that there, is that they say it's expensive, and I do not understand this, guys. I fight with people about this all the time, about the cost of this item. If I want to find a 3-socket Wind Force, which is what I'm using, I said this last season, you can get them for a gull. There's one for a gull right now, and people still argue with me about this. Because you see someone post this for 4 high runes, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's perfectly fine. Gull-ist. Vex, 3 mal runes. That's just over a gull, and there is one up for a gull. You can find multi-socket Wind Forces just fine. They work fine. They're a cheap, nice option. All right. All right, and coming in at number 2, this might be a surprise to some people, is going to be my beloved Demon Machine. So the reason I'm ranking this at number 2, and well, why I'm still using it, we'll get to in a minute, because there's going to be, rooting it now, a surprise ranking here at the end. The problem with the Demon Machine is it just isn't the best slot option anymore. It's plenty fine, and now that the prices have dropped, you can find 5-socket Demon Machines for under a Vex, kind of like that 3-socket Wind Force I just showed you. The thing I don't like about people talking about this weapon is they say the multi-shot doesn't do anything, which is wrong. The multi-shot does add a lot of damage. You can tell the difference when you use it with a Gut Siphon. If you have Crushing Blow or Deadly Strike, all of those mods apply to your multi-shots. And having multi-shot fire off occasionally, especially in denser maps, is really good. This map here, I think, is only at 100% density or something, but the more dense the map, the better the Demon Machine gets. If that pack is super dense, you're going to fire off more multi-shots. And honestly, that's the benefit of this weapon over the number one choice we'll go over here in just a second, which is going to be the Mist Bow. Now, Mist is going to take the number one spot here because of the price. It is only Chamgall. That is 0.75 high runes. It is a little bit more expensive than the Demon Machine without all the ohms in it. That's the thing with the Demon Machine. You really got to get ohms to pump it into high gear. The Mist, you really don't need to do that. It's just as it is. It gives you extra skills. It gives you the Conch Aura. So no matter how you build this, you're always going to get some buffs for your minions, whether you're going more strafe damage like I did, or if you're going to go with a high minion count and high skill count. I mean, if you go into the pluggy and download pluggy, guys, you can actually find my Summonzon is the one labeled as Demon Machine in the save files. But there's also one labeled just Summoner. And that guy, I think it's Tricky Shot something, he has something like level 53 decoys. Try using this bow when you have level 53 decoys. I mean, mine are only level 40 and they're doing 2,700 max. His were doing 3,600 max. So apply that with Might, Fanaticism, and the Conch Aura. This is going to be your number one option for most of you. So why did I say that the Demon Machine's number two and I am still using it? Well, let's go check it out. I'm going to get off pluggy here for a second, and we will sign into regular Project Diablo 2 here. And if you guys have probably seen my videos before, you probably know what I'm running this season. What I did not truly understand was what I did was so good, because I wanted to do this last season with the Disciples set, and I didn't. I went with a Fort because that was, well, what the meta was, and that was actually the wrong choice. This set here with a Demon Machine is my number 1A option. I think this is the best way to go. And I'm telling you this because the damage to demons and damage to undead is just through the roof. There's nothing really to say about it. And also, that poison damage is nothing to lose either, or nothing to, gloss over. I mean, 1,400 to 1,800 over 4 seconds, it's a couple hundred ticking every second. It's a decent way to deal with some physical immunes, especially on Tier 1 maps. Tier 3s, it won't really cut through them, but there's enough extra damage here from the poison and some, you can find cold damage and stuff like that on your bolts, but there's enough damage here to at least deal with physical immunes from Tier 1 and sometimes Tier 2 maps. Honestly, this is the best way to run this class. You got to get that 3 open socket Dusk Shroud, just because you got to slam it with, like I said, I got ED, min damage, max damage jewels in there, 104 ED and 14 to 27 added damage. But man, I thought this was all strafe buffs, and then I got into pluggy and started running the Fort to see if I wanted to build one and switch off this, and I do not. We'll get up a full map once my internet is better. That's why I'm testing in pluggy and doing all this. Running like some sort of juicy map here. I think I'm saving this one. That's 250-ish with Vampire Lords and Canyon. This shreds better. What is it? Damage to undead. I mean, you're 350% there, and then you get damage to demons with another 350% almost, depending on your gloves. This is dope. And the extra poison damage, everything on it. This runs better than anything I've tested in pluggy, and that's not what I expected. I went into pluggy to literally test out how I was going to switch off this gear, and this is what I'm going to stay with. Whether you're running, and like I said, these weapon rankings, whether you're going to run, like I said, the Valkyrie wing and go skills and try to, really deck out your decoys and get the extra 15 whatever skills I'm missing, or you're going your own damage, these rankings still kind of apply. Because you're still doing damage as a Summonzon regardless. Maybe if you're going full summons, I jokingly rank that Wrath Bow at number 6 because it's annoying, but really you work with your summons, and I don't really think this changes the rankings too much based on how you build it. So anyone asking, those are how you should look at weapons, and I'm ending this video horribly. I'm stumbling, I don't have a script. Fuck you, get out of my channel. Actually, wait just 1 second. I lied. This video is going to continue, and there's a 8-minute map clear on a Fall of Chaldeum to show how fast this is running my style of Summonzon. Now, I know an 8-minute map clear is, nothing to brag about, I guess, but 8 minutes on 250% density, that's not bad. And honestly, the density really doesn't affect Summonzon when you're using this Demon Machine style. I'm going to try to roll some more maps and get maybe like a 350 up on like Throne of Insanity, which is kind of the whole map for this style. And we'll see how that goes too. But like I said, with this 5-ohm demon machine, you're basically limited by your own walk speed. So you can basically just, even get rid of the call to arms like I have, put on a teleport staff, and speed it up even more. I think there's someone out here who has better technical skill than me who could probably get this in a 6-minute map clear. I think it's that fast. I mean, check it out yourself. Here. That's too slow for